Broken Filter Live, 8 p.m. at ZenLive.tv. Last week I was not feeling 100%, but I'm coming back at you with twice as much energy. So fuck you if you don't like it. We're going to get you to laugh. We're going to get you to cry. We might get you to jerk off. We're not really sure. Depends on how the show goes. Depends on if Jonesy keeps his clothes on. Speaking of Jonesy, I'm Joe Rockstar, that man.
You better look out now, because Jonesy's got something for you. Let me tell you what it is. Ha ha.
It's a little Hall & Oates. God, I love this idea, bringing in the ridiculous beds. All right, that'll get us in the mood. Oh, here we come. As I've said before, listen to our podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Broken Filter Live, on Stitcher, on Buzzsprout, all the websites, all the mobile apps for the most part. Stitcher's a big Android mobile app. Yeah. That's Broken Filter Live's on there. If you missed us, you can listen to us, the audio of the show. We are live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. for those of our people listening on the podcast. We do appreciate you listening. We also have stickers, promo stickers that I'm just sending your way. Joe Rockstar at BrokenFilter.net. Request them. I'll send them to you. We got t-shirts coming your way. Give it some time. It took some time for the money to transfer over.
We'll get them to you. Don't worry about it.
We'll get them to you in the month of June. What else we got? YouTube, Facebook, all Broken Filter Live. Twitter at Broken Filter Live. No, Broken Filter 1. It's Broken Filter 1 at Twitter.
And email us any ridiculous, embarrassing stuff that you need to email us at joerockstar at brokenfilter.net.
That's right. Also, we had a good weekend. It was Memorial Day weekend. I just want to say to all our troops serving and that have served or that have perished in the line of duty, we love you.
Yeah.
And the reason Broken Filter Live can be here to say words such as shitfuck, cocksucker, tits, motherfucker, George Carlin style, and talk about porn and jerking off and everything that we love to talk about here because you're fighting to keep our freedom free.
We don't always just talk about beating off, though.
No. We bring you the broken news because of the freedom that we have due to people fighting for our freedom overseas.
And it's so crazy, too, because like I was a history major in college.
Yeah.
And you learn something new every fucking day about our soldiers and what they did.
Absolutely.
Like, I learned something yesterday that fucking blew my mind. You know, like, before D-Day invasion, 26,000 airmen lost their lives fucking softening up the whole European front.
Yeah, man, that's
26,000 fucking people. I was like, wow.
Right. Well, we appreciate it. Jay Kantrowitz says, no jerking it off for me until the Rangers win. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The Rangers are playing Game 5 tonight of the Eastern Conference Finals.
The Blue Shirts in Montreal to bring it home.
So if you're not watching us live because you're watching that, we understand. But you could watch the game, put in an earbud, and turn your computer on. That would be nice. Jonesy's taking a walk to shut the door. Maybe shut the window while you're at it because we don't need any crazy screaming Mexicans outside in Port Chester, New York. It's okay. I just want to sit here and listen to Maneater. But we have to get going and move forward with the first segment. Always the first segment. Random Thoughts.
Random Thoughts. And if we could, someone put a cheesy saxophone bed underneath the Random Thoughts just to keep it going. Whatever happened to the cheesy saxophone in today's music?
I got a little trumpet for you. Jonesy, why don't you go first this week?
Sure. All right. My random thought this week really comes down to some of the social corners we've painted ourselves into. All right. The one thing I want to point at this week is food. All right. Now, I'm not sure if you're like me.
Food.
Yeah, food is pretty awesome. And I especially like food when I try and not eat and save up my hunger during appropriate times, like weddings and for christenings and for backyard barbecues and shit like that. Like, how many times have you been out to places where someone puts out an enormous spread of food with like fucking dogs and cheeseburgers and ribs and all sorts of stuff, and everyone's just kind of like having their own little conversations and chit-chatting and doing whatever on the side. Meanwhile, I'm not sure if you're like me, but I'm one of the first people that when I see food, all of a sudden I turn into a fucking wild baboon and just want to start eating it. Like, I don't want to wait for people before it's societally accepted. Like, I don't want to wait for that first person to go and eat it first. Like when I see the food, I'm ready to munch.
You're
You know what
sitting
I'm
there,
talking about?
sitting there across the barbecue. You're looking at that guy. You see the guy eyeing it. You're like, do
Yeah.
it, do it, do
Yeah.
it, do
Yo,
it,
fucking do it.
do it, so I can do it.
Take a rib so I can go up and get a thing full of coleslaw.
Let's go. I understand, man. That's well. Also, I was saying to you before, if the waiter brings out, you're a large group of people out for someone's birthday or something.
Yeah.
You're at Ruby Tuesdays, and they bring over everybody's food, but they forget like 2 people's. They have to make second trip, and it's standard to wait till the other people get their food, and you're
Right.
like, "Fuck this!"
Yes,
man.
someone's General Tso chicken with gluten-free breading.
Yeah.
It takes an extra 20 minutes. You got to sit there and like you take one little clump of the hibachi rice and be like,
Yeah, like make sure nobody saw you.
yeah.
You're also sitting there like, man, my fries are getting cold.
Yeah.
Because you ordered some stupid shit.
And then before you know it, half the plate is gone. You feel like a dildo.
Right.
You know,
That's what
but
I'm
it's
saying.
not. With me, I'm not sure if you're all like that, but I'm hyper aggressive when the food comes out. I'm extremely ready to eat.
Yeah. Look at me.
Yeah.
Do you think I like to wait when food comes out? And the thing is, I have kids, so I have to teach the kids. You know,
Right.
I mean, besides the 2-year-old, we're just happy that she's eating, what she's supposed to be eating. But our 8-year-old, we're like, oh, we got to make sure, she knows the proper manners. We have to wait for,
Yes.
you're old enough now to understand that you have to wait for everyone else. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I want to be like, damn it, why am I teaching her this? This sucks.
I know it's one of these values that's out there. Is like, you know what? The food's out here. Just give it a 5 Mississippi. Meanwhile,
Like two-hand touch quarterback, Russian quarterback.
Meanwhile, I'm ready to do a somersault shoulder roll into the fucking table and knock the whole thing over. Like at a carving station at a wedding or something. Like everyone's walking around with like a nice, like martini glass or something.
Yeah.
I'm literally ready to do a full shoulder roll from Commando into that fucking carving station.
Oh, weddings
know?
weddings and events like that are the worst because you see them put those trays of food out.
Yeah.
And you're like, do I do it? Do I do it? Oh, the same thing could go with like the open bar too.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be the
Definitely,
the douchebag that keeps like rocking the open bar.
Yes.
You're like, everyone's like, wow, he's been up there like 5 or
Right.
6 times. Fucking asshole.
Right. I'm on my 5th Captain and Ginger over here. Fucking everyone's just kind of having like a Bud Light.
Yeah.
But with me, like, especially with the food,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really doesn't help the fact that I've been sipping on Gentleman's Jack from my flask for the last 3 hours. you
Right.
know?
You're get a little munchy action
Yeah,
going there.
definitely. That's it.
That's it. That's right. Jonesy's random thoughts. Society's nonsense about waiting for other people to eat. God.
I feel like we should break down some of those rules, some of those walls, and just
We should make a pact right now that we should just completely disregard it. And if there's food out and it's for everyone to eat, that you should just go up and take it.
We must follow our natural compulsions.
Just take what's yours.
Follow your nose.
Only the strong survive.
Like Toucan Sam to the fucking carving station.
All right. Let me get into my random thought. In honor of the X-Men movie that just came out, X-Men Days of Future Past, if you didn't know this, I got an Ink Master. I got a tattoo by the Ink Master, Scott Marshall, the winner of
the Ink Master.
Season 4 Ink Master. Scott Marshall won the contest. He gave me a tattoo. It is a Wolverine tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe up here. Yeah, there it is.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Yeah, get it up there. Yeah, that's forever.
It's real.
That's forever. But that's the Days of Future Past Wolverine. So when I was going... That's not you thinking that? As long as it's not on my face, right, Jonesy?
That's right, on your neck.
So anyway, the Days of Future Past, I was a little nervous about getting the tattoo and then maybe the movie would suck when it came out. Like now I have that Wolverine on me.
Sure.
But it didn't suck. I saw it. It was great. It was a great movie. And in honor of that, I came across some news or some information about people that actually have human mutations that give them quasi superpowers.
It's pretty wild. Yeah.
So there's a few. There's a guy in Japan or somewhere in Asia. His eyes are blue. Like, have you ever seen Riddick or the Chronicles of Riddick or Pitch Black?
Yeah.
He has the ability to see in the dark. They gave him a test and the Pitch Black, and he went in the room and filled it out and answered all the questions.
Wow.
correctly.
So like he sees like an infrared, like a fucking soldier.
He has the abilities of a cat. He can see in the dark like a fucking cat. That's a human mutation. That's
Wow.
a gene mutation. There was a family that was found somewhere along the lines in Europe that had extra dense bones, 8 times the density of normal human bones. It was a mutation that was passed on
Oh, it's unreal.
down the lineage. So this guy got in a car accident, bashed his whole body up, and didn't have a broken bone. And they were like, "What the hell?" And they found out that he had insanely dense bones.
Like even the guy's skull. So
yeah,
like
granite.
So when the kid was a baby and went flying off the swing and landed on the fucking on the jungle gym bars, like
Nothing.
just dong and just
Keep on trucking.
keep on moving, moving on.
So also, there's a tribe that has a genetic mutation occurred where they can see clearly underwater. Not where we go underwater, you try to open your eyes underwater and you see all that blurry nonsense.
Yeah.
Where you just make out shapes and forms. They apparently can see crystal clear
Oh my goodness.
vision underwater. Their eyes have adjusted.
So hundreds of
genetically.
years of evolution has literally
We're watching
taken
it.
their evolution down a different rabbit path.
Yep. There's another guy that I saw on Stanley's Superhumans that could run for days. All he needed was water. He could run for like 2 days straight or a day straight without
God.
stopping.
You know what's really crazy?
Miles, hours on end.
I was listening to a Jesse Ventura interview yesterday because it was Memorial Day. They were broadcasting it, and they were talking about SEAL training.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the SEALs go through before they become a SEAL?
Oh, a whole bunch of crap.
Well, the number one thing they do is that they have to stay up from Sunday through Friday.
Well, they start hallucinating around Wednesday.
They start hallucinating, and they found that most people quit before Wednesday. And if you make it to Friday, it used to be till Saturday.
Yeah.
But they're like, face it, if you make it past Wednesday, you don't quit. You just keep on fucking going.
Right.
But that's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy can just keep on running. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he can do it. It's crazy. There's also on that same show, there was a guy that, or a group of guys that had it was one man, monkey-like climbing skills. He could climb things and jump from thing to thing. Insane grabbing, holding, hand strength, balance.
Yeah.
And they said it was a genetic mutation. So, with all that being said, I'm sure there's many others that I could Google and find. But what would you want?
I'm not sure if the grappling monkey thing would be too popular with the ladies.
Why not?
I'm not sure if that would really do it. I feel like, like, hey, baby. All of a sudden, like, she sees you on a telephone pole, like, fucking going sideways on a telephone pole. Or, like, climbing across, like, the gymnasium in high school. I'm not sure if that really...
Well, what if there was, like, a flower on this crazy, like landscape, and you could climb up the side of it and get the flower at the top?
I don't think so. I'm not sure the ladies would be too impressed with that one.
Unless you can make money off of it, and then they get impressed real quick. Money impresses the ladies. It was
I think you would just... I saw a great... like this internet memes where it shows like an image?
Yeah.
There was a picture of like the Geico guy with the money guy covered in money on the boat. And it's like, women like me for my personality. And there's fucking like money flying off the back of the boat. It's like,
That's right, ladies. You like men for their personalities. And my whole point of this, to get to the point of the random thought, what mutation would you want? Not necessarily on that list. Maybe you can go with an X-Men power. I mean, I personally am a huge Wolverine fan, so I would want the ability to heal fast. The super fast healing ability.
was that one of them?
Well, that's
I'm sorry if I missed that.
I said
did
you can choose an X-Men as well as the real ones.
Oh.
So I would personally like to have the ability to heal. I mean, that really trumps everything else.
I was going to say I want the one with the granite bones. That's what I want because I don't want to have cartilage problems and fucking lower back issues. And, the chiropractor would be like, listen, bro, you're too fucking hot. I can't handle this right now. And then I'd be like, well, those are my bones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you walk out of there like a big fucking tough guy at 80,
Yeah.
You would never start slouching over like an old man,
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you might still the vertebrae might start whatever. Yeah, I like where your head's at though. I like the healing. I like the Wolverine healing. I don't know if that's something that's going to happen. The real thought here is that if these little mutations are happening now, we're kind of witnessing the beginning of what could possibly be the science fictional. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to be Cyclops shooting fucking laser beams out of their eyes or anything.
No, but evolution is happening. I mean,
it's happening all around us, man. It's crazy.
I feel like one of the most beautiful women in the world, except for Brazilians, are like first and second generation Asians with like Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean, Filipino, mixed with a couple of generations of American blood. I think that's one of the most beautiful women on the planet.
You like the hybrids?
Yeah, I really
like
do.
the
Yeah,
hybrids.
I feel like evolution's happening in front of us.
Blasians.
Blasians, what's that?
Black Asians.
Black Asians.
That's hot.
Yes,
Girls.
definitely.
And the guys look good too. Honestly, that combination seems to make a real nice looking human being. Not that that's a genetic mutation.
It's a good recipe.
It's a
really
good recipe for good-looking people.
Yeah.
So if you're black and Asian out there, looking good.
Put that in a blender.
That's American. That's full-blown American. All right, that's Random Thoughts. We have something coming your way.
Oh, my goodness.
It's new.
Do we ever?
Oh, we got a call coming in. Let's see what this guy's got to say. Can we answer that? Yeah. All right, let's answer that.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's going on? You're in Broke Filter Live.
Hey, what's up, boys? It's Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, what's going on? What do you got for us tonight?
Well, I wanted to answer your question about what kind of superpower I want to have.
Oh, excellent. Good. What do you got for us?
Yes, that was a great question, you know. And by the way, what's up, Jonesy?
What's up, baby? Yo, dude, you are coming in loud and clear right now. What kind of phone are you
He's
on?
coming in on Skype.
Oh,
I'm
no
actually
shit.
coming in on Skype, and I have a professional grade microphone.
Oh, rock and roll, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds fantastic. It sounds way better than a phone
You're a
call.
rock star right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Well, I'm about to watch the Rangers, but I wanted to give a quick call in because obviously I got to watch Game 5 because Henrik has just been a fucking wall. Just
Jordan,
been
can
insane.
you imagine Henrique against fucking Quick? Can you imagine that?
Oh, it's gonna.
Ooh,
Crazy.
it's gonna be pretty intense. But the Rangers' defense is just unstoppable
Oh, it is.
right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're making some bad penalties here and there, but they just have to wisen up and just tighten up a little bit more.
Really
but
bad
their goal
penalties.
scoring is solid.
Really bad penalties, you know, because in Game 3, the Canadians, their goal was really to get in the Rangers' kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they succeeded. Because there have been fucking crazy penalties. But, Joe, why don't you...
I was going to say, as much as we'd like to talk about the Rangers,
Yeah. Okay, so
Pipe Bomb
what's
Sports
the
Show,
power-
6 p.m. Wednesdays. Pipe
Yeah.
Bomb Sports Show on ZenLive.tv. Check them out. But Jordan, go ahead. What mutation or superpower would you like?
I'd like to be able to read women's minds so that I can finally understand women and finally get laid for once in you know?
Now, would you consider that a superpower or a handicap?
I think God just chose that maybe I'm just not good with women, you know?
No, I was just saying, if you could read their minds, I feel like your head would explode, like in that movie with Mel Gibson when he could hear all the women's thoughts.
Dude, when I wake up every morning, I
overload.
feel like my head's going to explode. Okay?
Oh, okay. So I guess it would just be no different.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you think your head's going to explode?
Dude, I just have like so much that I've done in my life, you know, and every day, like I'm constantly thinking about things. You know, it's like you have like a million thoughts going through your head, and it's like, okay,
Too much
Like,
awesome.
too much awesome, and
Too
it's
much
like you're
awesome in one small
well,
space.
It's not enough humble. That's what it is. You know, I'm
enough
just
humble.
like constantly thinking like, oh, am I disappointing this person? Am I disappointing that person? You know,
How
like-
about we get back on track real quick? If you could read women's minds, let me just bring propose this to you. If you could read women's minds, do you think you'd be able to finagle it to get laid? Because I feel like you would either A, creep them out if you could just start saying what they're thinking or trying to work with them, or B, they change their minds so much that you could give them everything they want on a silver platter, and they wouldn't even feel that was right because women are crazy.
Well, I just don't want to come off as like a creepy person, but
Nah.
I mean, the movie, what was it? What a Girl Wants, you know, like the guy gets like the superpower, he slips in the bathtub after he's like trying on women's shit, you know, like
Yeah.
kind of acting like half gay, you know, and it's like, okay. And then he slips and he hits his head, and then like he's like able to read women's minds the next day. But I wouldn't let them. I don't know. I think it would be like too much of like a like unfair advantage.
Hey, you know what,
like,
Jordan? If you ever need some advice, you ever watch Sons of Anarchy?
I have never watched that show, but it's on my queue.
Well,
So-
that is a show to watch. Get into that full born and just take advice from our old friend Gemma Teller from Sons of Anarchy. Okay?
Oh,
Don't
it's great,
ever
yeah.
take advice from Gemma Teller ever.
What she said was, "Men need to feel loved, sweetheart. Women want to feel wanted." Okay, so that's all you need. All right,
There you
Jordan.
go.
And Kim Kardashian's gonna finally marry the guy of her dreams. You know, it's like fucking disgusting. Our
Justice
society's
has been
going down the
served.
shitter.
All right, Jordan, we're going to head on to our next segment.
All right, boys.
Stay tuned. We're doing a really interesting new segment. I think you'll get a kick out of it, all right?
Cool, man.
Thanks
I'll
for the
be
call,
watching.
man. Sounded
Jordan, let's
great.
go Rangers!
Let's go
Yeah,
Rangers!
let's go Rangers!
Yes!
All right, man.
Fuck you, Montreal.
Yeah.
All right, that was Jordan K. calling in. We're going to go on with Porn for the Blind.
Oh,
It's a new-
I'm telling you, when we got the show put together 15 weeks ago, this is exactly what we were looking for. This kind of a thing. So I am very excited for this, ladies and gentlemen.
Give everyone a quick background.
Porn for the blind, guys. All right,
Well, can I give you a quick background as to how I was searching around, just doing my old due diligence to
Right.
produce the show, and I came across pornfortheblind.org, and I was like, what? You know?
Joe had his sunglasses on, just surfing along, and he
Yep.
found this website. And this is a place where blind people go to beat off.
Yep. It's pornfortheblind.org. It says it's a non-for-profit organization where they want you to submit MP3s describing short porn clips that you see on the internet. And you're supposed to tell them where to get the clip, I guess, so that you can listen to the sound and listen to the description at the same time. So if you're blind, and beat off to it, if that's your thing. Beating off while you're blind, I don't know. But we have downloaded a couple of these MP3s. It'll give you a better idea what the website's all about, and then we got a real big surprise for you at the end. So why don't we play Colossal Cock's Rip Her Mouth MP3. This is a Porn for the Blind.
Oh, God.
Porn for the Blind presents Pornhub.com. This is a 2-minute and 46-second preview clip located at http://www.pornhub.com/view_video.php ? $296,204.
Get to it already, I'm fucking horny!
I'm blind and horny, bitch.
And the title of this one is Colossal Cock's Rip Her Mouth.
Oh, no.
Okay, we are starting the clip. We're starting it.
Get to it already, please!
She has some technical difficulties.
I'm dying over here!
Now there is an African-American man wearing a Robin mask, like Batman and Robin, and he is sitting down on a pink couch, and his penis is in her anus, and she being
Making a pink sock.
a somewhat thick, possibly Asian woman with no pubic hair. I know she has no pubic hair
No
because
pubic
there's
hair.
another man, also African-American, who is, I'm not really sure which hole his penis is in. Now we are switching to,
This must be your first day in the job.
God, she is now performing fellatio on the large black penis. He has a grill and a yellow bandana.
Of course he does.
A grill, is that what you said?
Yeah, and a yellow bandana.
Is
Um,
looking up at him now. She is on the floor. He is inserting his penis into her mouth again.
Again.
Performing fellatio on the other African American man. Or the first one.
Just say black!
is
We're watching porn here!
on
Large
her.
African American cock.
A large African American
Mouth is
gentleman.
gluing all over her mouth and face. She is smiling and giggling and very jovial about his ejaculation.
About his ejaculation.
Now she is gargling with it. And has been swallowed at this point.
You hear her say now
I
she's
can't
gargling
believe-
with
Now
it?
she's gargling with it.
And right now
Oh.
they're just showing his grill again.
All right, let's go to the next one. We
go
can
to the
stop
next
this one, Mike.
Mike, let's go to the next
To
one.
The African American man number 2.
You get the point. Let's go to the next one. The next one's pretty funny. Balls in the ass is another. We can fast forward the first 20 seconds or so.
Found on
He says where it is and blah, blah, blah.
//www.video.po.
Here we go.
Starts off, there's two black guys cranking their
Two
11
black guys,
inchers.
huh?
And one black guy on top of a white female who is lying on the floor with her head on the floor, ass
You
in
are
the air,
a smelly pirate
and her
hooker.
legs over her head. The black guy is trying to squeeze his testicles into her butt and her rectum. And as he's doing this, the other two black guys are telling him, "Yeah,
No!
crank that, Dom." And as he cranks it, he's squeezing his nuts in. Oh, he's pushing them in real hard right now.
Oh.
They're cranking their junk on the side, by the way.
Of course they are.
Who refers to it as
Black guy
cranking their
was
junk?
The guy who was sticking his nuts in. He has white socks and New Balances on.
Gotta get grip.
New Balance.
His nuts are now in her ass.
All right.
He stuck his dick in her vagina. And he will now bounce. He's now bouncing up and down. His balls in her rectum. And his dick in her vagina. She looks very unpleased. He said, I want to try this at home.
Did he now?
Her boobs are bouncing.
They're
Still
bouncing.
bouncing. The guys outside are still cranking it.
Are they?
She's now moaning. He's now groaning.
He's now groaning.
His balls are stuck in there.
Whoa!
His dick's stuck in there.
Whoa.
Her nipples are hard. His nipples are hard.
His nipples are hard.
And the video now ends.
The video ends. All right.
This
conclusion.
has been another.
So this is porn for the blind. I don't know what people are thinking about this, but I know what I'm thinking. I think there needs to be a broken filter version of porn for the blind. So what I did is I downloaded a porn video to Jonesy's tablet over there where he's running
Oh boy.
the soundboard. What Jonesy's going to do is bring up this video, sound off, because obviously we need to have the sound off for this. And Jonesy is going to describe what he sees on the screen in front of him.
All right, now guys, you got to be kind to me here because this is my first time. All
Are
right?
you ready?
I think so.
All right, go.
Okay, there's a large African American woman wearing a see-through blouse. There are two African American gentlemen on either side.
Say black!
One of them has an
Say black!
two black guys. One of them has an enormous gunt. Oh, upper angle shot. We're looking at a 2 o'clock angle right now. Her butt is moving. He's got his northern pike buried deep in her pink. She's wearing leopard boots.
Of course she is.
And this guy's got his river trout banged against her face, and they're in a Motel 6 on a $5 comforter. The guy's wearing a black wife beater with a gold chain, and he's pounding her pretty hard here, it looks like. She's got her eyes closed, and she is just mindlessly pulling his northern pickerel. The black guy's got a white t-shirt over his face, and switch back to camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. Oh, look out! Big titty! Whoa, all over your perm! Whoa! And he put it right on her front lawn, ladies and gentlemen, and that is where it ends.
He put it on her front lawn.
Right on her front lawn.
Shot some
And
ropes
that's
on her
where it
front lawn.
goes, yeah.
All right.
And the other guy apparently just disappeared. I guess that was.
He got tired of it?
I guess that wasn't an important detail.
African American man number 1 is missing. We have to put out a missing persons report from African American number 1. What's the website that was from?
That was from Raw Black Gangbang Bitch.
Raw black gangbang bitch, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, we're going to take a break.
I never said it was pretty.
Stay tuned.
Addicted to Ink, a proud sponsor of the Zaraza Entertainment Network, is Westchester's premier tattoo, piercing, and apparel destination, offering only the finest tattoo and piercing services as well as the best atmosphere you will find. Addicted to Ink is located conveniently at 38 Westchester Avenue in White Plains, New York, right across the street from the Westchester Mall. If you got the itch for more ink, like the Zaraza boys do, get your work done right. Visit www.addictedtoinktattoos.com for more information.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
Does the stress of daily life seem just like too much?
Yes.
Are you simply fed up?
Yes.
Do you wish you could just make it all chill out?
But how?
Well, then you need a Royale grinder. Royale grinder is a jumbo-sized 2.5-inch diameter premium 4-piece herb grinder that fits in the palm of your hand. With 50 closely interlined, everlasting chunky teeth that will keep on shredding whatever enters your chamber.
I can use it for all my herbs. Thanks, Royal Grinder. I'll never feel shitty again.
Order now at www.royalegrinders.com. That's www.royalegrinders.com.
tricks. Well, these are non-toxic clouds that exit your lips. Oh yeah, yeah. White Plains Vapors, located at 210 Mamaroneck Avenue in White Plains, New York. Visit our location and choose from a wide selection of exotic flavors.
Oh yeah! All right. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Broken Filter Live. Taking you next to the next half hour.
Coming at you high.
Until 9 o'clock p.m. with the ZNY, the flagship show of the Zadalza Entertainment Network, will take over. But until then, we're simulcasting across the world, coming to you via podcast. We love our podcast listeners, and we love our sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're making a giant turkey meatloaf and you really want it to be a hit, go ahead and visit our friend at Royale Grinders, baby. They're going to set you up with some of the premium ingredient mashing technology, which will help you make the most killer batch of chili, meatloaf, fucking stew, whatever you're into.
All right.
They're going to set you up. Or, you know, if, of course, like I've mentioned before.
Corn cob pie. Pack the corn cob pie.
If you're looking to pack your corn pot after a long day of landscaping, a long day of, doing stuff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, also, if you are a smoker, would you knock it off? Seriously,
Bad
guys.
news bears.
Yeah. Guys, smoking is so 2001, all right? Go ahead and why did I choose 2001? That's really creepy. Anyway, listen, it's time to get off. It's time to stop smoking cigarettes. Go ahead and go to White Plains Vapors. They're going to set you up with a flavor that you feel comfortable with, that you're going to enjoy. And it's really going to make a difference in your life, in your health, in how people treat you. And look
They can
at
give you the starter kit. Like, I have, like, the little upper-level starter kit. And my man Mike on the boards over there. Mike,
Yeah.
why don't you show him the fucking beast you got over there? The beast. What do you got there? Is it a Black Hawk or something?
Your blower.
Let me show you this shit.
Let's show the world this bad boy. Look at that fucking thing, huh? That is the African American penis of. Let's see what he's got. Let's see it. That's his White Plains Vapor.
Do it, Hansel.
Still puffing? That's vapor right there. And guess what?
That's a lot of vapor.
There's no cancer in that.
It's non-toxic.
As far as we know, there's no cancer.
It's non-toxic. And look at it this way. If you're still going out, if you're still going to the bars once or twice a week or something like that, you can wear a shirt more than once, all right? I remember when I used to go to college, you'd wear a shirt out once, and you had to fucking throw it in the washing machine because it was covered in smoke and grime.
You couldn't even
disgusting.
Take a shower, go out for a couple beers, and then wake up the next morning without taking another shower because your freaking entire face and hair and everything smelled like freaking.
Your skin is covered.
Smoky.
Listen, you guys get the point. You guys gotta really consider this, guys. Go over to White Plains Vapors; they're gonna take care of you. If you need anything transport, if you're moving, if you know any business that do international work, I'd love to speak with you. Go ahead and email us at joerockstar@brokenfilter.net. And Joey Bear, back to you.
And if you also, I set up a new email just in case anybody else wants to send us an email, brokenfilterlive@gmail.com. You can also send us emails over there. I'll check those out. I have to sign into that email anyway to go into our YouTube account because that's how America works now. You have to sign into your Gmail to go into your YouTube. So I see that one a lot more often. So brokenfilterlive@gmail.com if you don't get me on the Joe Rockstar, brokenfilter.net. Now, let's go ask Jonesy. Here is our segment where we give Jonesy, the man with just depths of knowledge about the world,
a library of useless information,
a great view on things, well-rounded individual. He's going to give you his thoughts on questions you've asked us. So let's just get right in there. Dear Jonesy, I have recently come to the conclusion that I don't think Springsteen is all that great. I don't get all the hype. Are you a Springsteen fan? Why or why not?
A Springsteen question.
Mr. Bruce
the boss.
Springsteen.
All right.
The boss.
Oh, well,
I personally, I don't think he's all that either.
You know, it's really a tough call. Here's my synopsis on Bruce Springsteen, all right? I think he's obviously a really talented guy. His whole band is really talented. There are some portions of his music that are probably some of the most amazing things you'll ever hear. Like, for example, Clarence Thomas, who just passed away. He was Bruce Springsteen's long-time saxophone player since the late 70s, all right? if you type in Jungle Land, or if you tape obviously Born to Run and a bunch of other songs like that, you will hear saxophone solos on there that will just absolutely make you just fucking shiver. It'll just send a shiver down your spine how incredible it is. But there's a whole lot of Springsteen that's just really just noise. And there's a whole lot of like small interludes in the middle of the song where it's like a whole lot of oh yeah, we're gonna meet Becky Sue on the outside of town, and we didn't have any jobs, man, and you know, even though we had this big New York City, you know, not even 50 miles away, there were no jobs for the working class man. You know what I'm talking about? And a whole lot of just, you know, like, meet me at the phone booth on the edge of town, yeah. And just, you know, I'm driving my '78 Grand Prix with no brakes and a fucking, you know, broken air conditioner out to this counter of town, man.
And the best part is, there's a very short part of his life where that stuff was actually going on.
Yeah, I mean...
Because once he was in his 20s, I believe that's when it was...
Oh, your life was awkward and a little bit strange around your 17th birthday? Whoa!
When did he get big? His mid-20s, right? And then he was hot shit forever after that. 30... What? Probably about 25, 30 years, right?
Yeah, mid-20s, he was playing Jersey Shore. I mean, he's been very popular since his late 20s. And, you know, I like Bruce Springsteen a lot. I'm not gonna deny that, but there is a lot of highs. There's a lot of peaks and valleys with his music, you know. So
he's not one of those artists where you can just listen straight through every song. Is what you're saying?
Some people
there's some real winners and some real.
Some people throw themselves at the altar of Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
You know, like when he played that Hurricane Sandy memorial, he was brilliant, dynamic.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was wonderful.
I think that whole show was amazing.
Absolutely amazing. They chose the right songs. They didn't go into a lot of their weird tangents. They stuck to the game plan. There wasn't a whole lot of drum solos and all that kind of bullshit. You know,
talking about that Sandy Relief concert.
Yeah.
What the hell was Kanye West doing?
I have no idea.
It was like classic artist, classic rock.
Yeah.
Because they were like fucking Kanye West, and you're like, what the fuck?
They brought like a 50-piece orchestra for Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, and then all of a sudden Kanye West comes out.
I can see Alicia Keys because she kind of. Everyone gets her. Everyone kind of
gets
enjoys
her. Yeah,
everyone likes looking at her, and everybody likes listening to her sing. Like if you don't like Alicia Keys, like basic like hits, obviously you know you're not listening to music. Then you don't really get it.
Even someone with Asperger's would sit there and stare at her playing the piano for a little while.
Right.
You know?
But I'm sorry to interrupt, but Kanye West, what the fuck were they thinking with that? I mean, they're trying to reach all the different audiences, but it was a mess. Anyway, Jonesy, go ahead, buddy.
That was it. I mean, my final verdict is that Bruce Springsteen has a lot of peaks and valleys.
So
kind of like the Rolling Stones in a way, but the Rolling Stones have a lot more peaks. Yeah.
The Stones, I don't always get. I mean, I appreciate them for how good they are, how talented they are, and how long their run has been.
Yeah.
But as far as all of their music, I don't just buy it all. I don't love everything. You know, like Satisfaction comes on. I'm like, that song's a fucking jam.
Sure.
But then, you know, there might be a song or two that I hear on the radio that I'm like, I don't see that being a monster hit.
Yeah.
You know?
Even Jungle Land itself, half that song is just spine tingling, and the other half is just really just, like, I could take it or leave it. It's kind of garbage. But it's not one of those bands where you turn it all the way up when fucking, you know,
right.
I don't know, Rosalita comes on. That doesn't really do it for me either. But
all right, so let's get over to the second Ask Jonesy question. This one's a little more interesting. A little, all right.
Okay.
So, dear Jonesy, I recently came across a freaky-ass weird porn site and watched a full-blown chick with a dick, parentheses, really believable chick with fake boobs and everything, close parentheses, bang out this hot chick. I was strangely intrigued and aroused. Did I just jack it to straight or gay sex? What just happened?
So you had like a Maury Povich sort of chick, like try and guess the tranny.
Yeah, like guess the he-she kind of thing.
Engaged in, and the tranny was banging another chick?
Tranny was banging a chick, and it was arousing. And I, for one, could agree. I could see why that would still be, because now you're getting a hybrid lesbian straight porn thing going.
You know what? I'm going to give it a pass. I'm going to give it a pass just because there's a couple of really strange, weird things that I'm kind of into, like...
Ooh, like what?
Well, I remember, like, this made me sound a little bit weird, but I kind of like chicks with strap-ons banging other chicks.
Okay, so that's almost.
I kind of like that a little bit. That's probably fucking weird. And if I ever if I ever apply for the NYPD or something, that's probably gonna disqualify me because I like that. Yeah, something like this.
And Mike helps us out, not just with the boards. With the giant dildo.
But and then I was into something. I was last summer. My company really needed someone up in Hartford to help out. It's like, hey Jones, you want to go? I was like, all right. So I went for a ride up there, and I had this hotel room to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never rented one of those, like, one of the porns on the box, so I went ahead and rented one. And
for $17.95 and your firstborn child.
And the company was paying for it. I was like, when in Rome. So, like, I ordered this porn, and I was trying to do the whole delayed gratification thing. So I went through one.
Hold it. It's almost like in Braveheart when they're like, hold, no.
So I held out to the second one, to the second scene. And the scene, it's really tough. It was really tough. And the scene opens up, and there's this absolutely Los Angeles 10 ass, right, against the screen, right? And all of a sudden, this blonde walks into the scene, and she's got these long fingers, right? She's got this big hand, these long fingers, these long fingernails that are painted and shit. And all of a sudden, she just starts smacking her ass.
Nice.
Just smacking it, right?
Yes.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, this is going. And she just keeps on doing it over and over again. And I felt myself like
getting
like all of a sudden it was just like a volcano, just fucking like it was like the hottest fucking. And she had no mercy on this girl's ass. She just slapped the fucking shit out of it until it was beat red. And I was just like,
wow,
oh my god! And like it was like the hottest fucking thing I ever saw. So you know what? That was a weird thing that I was into. So
you're gonna give this a pass?
I'm gonna give you a pass. Yeah, I mean that's a little borderline, bro. I'm gonna tell you, but
I think that's almost It's a weird gray area.
Yeah.
Like, are you now?
Well,
I guess transsexuals are in a gray area to begin with.
Yeah.
Chicks with dicks, man. That's a gray area. That's confusing. The men's brains aren't supposed to be able to process that.
Well, you know what it is too. It's we have a really big porn theme this week for some reason, but here we are. We might as well just talk about it. With porn, it's really.
I think we talk about porn pretty much.
Well, this week it's
every
a little bit heavy, but it's okay. You're either when you're watching pornography, it's either you're in the first person where you're pretending like you're actually in the scene yourself,
right?
Or you're looking at it from a disassociated point of view where you're watching it and just beating off. If you're in the first person and you're engaging in sexual congress with a transsexual, then I'm gonna vote A. I'm gonna vote
unless that's your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Where's the correct? Yeah. Okay. So that's my verdict.
Okay. All right.
If you're in the first person.
All right. So Jonesy says it's good. It's a go. All right. We're gonna shoot over and move forward to the broken news. Oh, the broken news, not the breaking news. It's not the bullshit you're gonna see on your Channel 7 News at 11. We try to hit you with a little bit different, a little bit weird, and a little bit sexual. So jumping right in there. A woman challenges a Georgia city's ludicrous sex toy ban. Sandy Springs, Georgia has a problem with sex toys. There's a city ordinance deeming any device designed or marketed as useful primarily for the stimulation of human genital organs is obscene material and prohibits their sale unless a bona fide medical,
prohibited,
scientific, educational, legislative, judicial, or law enforcement purpose exists. I don't understand how a law enforcement purpose would exist. I don't understand that.
No.
But I don't see how this is constitutional. How you could ban the purchase of sex toys? Get the fuck out of here. It's your own business what you're doing in the bedroom. But in this town, you need a doctor's note to buy a dildo. Melissa Davenport.
A doctor's note?
Yeah, you can get prescribed to go purchase them. Melissa Davenport thinks it's ridiculous and has filed a lawsuit because she has multiple sclerosis, which is a really shitty thing. And she has said that she and her husband started using sex toys after the disease made it difficult for her and her husband to be intimate. So she says it saved her marriage.
I think that's wonderful.
It's great for her. I mean, good for her. And so she says she might qualify under the medical exception, but she doesn't think she should have to go to the doctor and tell them her business to get a prescription for a sex toy. And she fucking shouldn't have to.
No.
She should not have to. And some people have this dirty mind about how people are going to use it. People really need devices for their health reasons and have healthy, intimate relationship with their spouse, is what this woman says. So not only her, but someone else has sued the city, saying that this is just ridiculous.
Good for them.
Unconstitutional. So the lawyer
How
said,
about you mind your own fucking business?
That's what I'm saying. It violates the 14th Amendment. I'm not exactly sure what is listed in the 14th Amendment. I should know better because I'm American. But you can just tell it's unconstitutional. You can't tell people they can't buy a product.
No.
That's completely legal in the state and federal laws of the country. Just this city says, no. Well, you can't fucking buy that. I think that's bullshit. So does she.
That's outrageous. I mean,
Melissa Davenport, good luck to you. Because you deserve the right to buy a fucking triple-sided dildo, vibrating dildo.
There is some special interest horse shit going on there. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
We always bring this up. People are out there making legislation for shit like this, and there's hundreds of thousands of other problems in this country that need to be attended to.
This is one of those things where I just want to
cut it out.
I just want to start walking around with a fire hose, just taking people down when I hear stuff like this.
Like, oh, you want to make a legislation to ban sex toys? And just blast them and be like, that's what I think about that. Like, oh, you want to ban e-cigarettes because it's not fitting your big tobacco lobbyist's agenda who's lining your pockets with hundreds of thousands of dollars? No, blast them with a fucking fire hose. Sorry. See you later. Wow, that blast them with a shotgun might be
no shotguns,
revolutionary there.
But a fire hose, without a doubt.
I like it, Jonesy. Fire hose those motherfuckers. This story coming out of France. Not too many awesome things come out of France. It's not true. French kissing, bikinis,
croissants.
The croissant.
I love croissants.
The croissant, which was the inspiration for the croissant wish.
The croissant wish.
For those of our Burger King fans out there. And if you ever go to Burger King for breakfast, get yourself a croissant wish.
Go to Taco Bell for breakfast, too. Treat yourself once every 6 months to a Taco Bell breakfast.
Yeah?
It's magnificent. It really is.
We went from France to Taco Bell breakfast, but I have heard that. So France spent $20 billion on trains. They wanted to get higher efficiency, faster trains on the tracks. And if you've ever been to Europe, you know that train transportation, the countries there are smaller than the United States of America.
Yeah.
If you know your geography. So train transportation gets you from country to country and all across the entire country. The same way if we were to travel, say, in the Northeast.
Sure.
Say if we had
like the Amtrak and shit, yeah.
Right. Say we wanted to take a train to, from here to Manhattan, which we do often. Everyone that lives around here doesn't. But you want to take a train from here to, Maine. If they have the system in place, we would all do it.
Yeah.
So in Europe, they have a lot of trains. So here's the shitty thing that France did. French officials admitted this week that they may not have taken the most thorough measurements before writing a $20 billion check. Apparently, we're not the only government handing out $1 billion and fucking it up. France's national train operator, SNCF, admitted this week that they ordered a new fleet of trains without double-checking the measurements.
Dick!
Now officials say the new trains are just too big to fit through almost all of France's regional train stations. Whoops.
Loser!
They fucked up.
This actually happened in New York City back in the 20s.
They didn't measure the train stations.
Yeah.
So now they don't fit. So now they have to hand out another tens of billions of dollars to adjust the platforms and the entries and exits to the train stations.
Unbelievable.
So they're going to have these brand new trains sitting somewhere waiting to run. By the time they get it all fixed, is it going to be the top of the line anymore?
What they should do is just abandon this whole project and get the Hyperloop and call it a day.
Damn right.
That's right.
So, okay, they say it's a $50 million construction project to widen the tracks for 1,000 stations. And you know what I think they're going to do? They're probably going to start fixing the stations and then halfway through say, I give up.
Where is it?
France. Give up. All right. That's my joke for that one. So, France spent $20 billion on something they shouldn't have spent $20 billion on. Time check. Just making sure we got time. Half of the Senate, here's our government fucking around now. Half of the Senate tells the NFL they need to change the Redskins' name. Half of the U.S. Senate urged NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell today to change the Washington Redskins' name, saying it is a racist slur and it is time to replace it. In one letter, 49 Democratic senators cited the NBA's quick action recently to ban L.A. Clippers owner Donald Sterling for life after he was heard on the audio recording making offensive comments about blacks. They said Goodell should formally push to rename the Redskins. Only 5 Democratic senators did not sign the letter. And I could read the letter to you, but you get the idea. I think it's kind of ridiculous. I'm not for racism. I'm not condoning racism. I mean, I just don't see it being equivalent to, you know what? For example, if it was an Italian team and it was like the Washington Guineas, fucking Italian people would be like, "Hey, it's the fucking Guineas are playing on Sunday, guy. I can't fucking go bowling. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Fucking Guineas are on. We'd fucking own it. They'd own it." You know, and they're like, they're like making a big deal. Oh, the Redskins, it's a negative term. It's a negative connotation. I don't see it being like the N-word for black people. Or
Wouldn't that be awesome if their team logo was like a giant plate of veal parmesan? Wouldn't that be awesome?
This is my movement. I say, I have Italian in me. I say, change it to the fucking Washington Wops. Or the Washington Guineas, man. We'd be fucking lining up to go see that game.
I'd see that,
Put a fucking plate of pasta on the side, or a fucking guy in a wife beater just fucking with a fucking pasta stain down the front with his hand out like, oh, I'm in.
Like the Washington mustaches, with like a Guinea guy with like those yellow tint glasses and a mustache. Be like, hey,
we would take it kindly. We would kindly take it and just live with it. I mean, I don't know. Is it along the lines of Guinea or is it along the lines of the N-word?
This is one of those stories where everyone's opinion is just a fart in the wind.
Really?
That's all it is. There's nothing tangible or in any way valuable that you contribute by debating this. Let's just move on.
Shit rolls downhill, and whenever something happens at a higher level, like the commissioner, what's his name, Sterling in the NBA, that was a big deal. But now the shit's rolling downhill to smaller deals. You know what I mean? Now they're kind of like, oh, well, this was such a big deal that we might as well cut this off at the pass before it gets to be too. No, you're making it a big deal.
Yeah.
Cut the shit. You're making it a big deal because you're a fucking asshole. Moving on.
There's not a whole lot of looting in the streets and turning cop cars upside down and stuff. It's just not.
No. So, here's another story. Strip club employee takes off clothes and masturbates in jail. Lakeisha Johnson, a 29-year-old employee of strip club Tootsie's Cabaret in Miami, which I've been to, by the way. It's in an old Costco. So just imagine a strip club in an old Costco. It's legit. She was suspected of stealing an iPad and was arrested for it. They, whatever. She got into some things. She got arrested, and they brought her into the jail cell. And officers say that she began repeatedly removing her clothing, exposing her genitals, buttocks and breasts, and masturbating and rubbing up on the bars as if she was putting on a show. So that's Florida for you. We used to do Faker Florida. That's a fun Florida story.
Yeah.
I will say Tootsie's is pretty bananas, though. If you're ever in the Miami area, go to Tootsie's. Shit is insane. The freaking poles go to the 30 feet to the ceiling. The girls are climbing on the rafters.
Holy cow.
There's a make it rain machine where you put $100 bill in this machine and it spits out 100 singles on the stage like a leaf blower attached to it.
Yeah, dude.
You're like $100. It's like.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, man, it really makes you feel like a baller until you realize you don't have enough money for another beer after that. So apparently, Tootsie's is denying she ever worked there. But what does it matter?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. She's crazy, Lakeisha Johnson. Maybe she's turned on by men in uniform.
You never know.
All right, so we got time, I think, for one or two more stories before we have to go to the wheel. No, we got time for one more story, and then we're doing the wheel. So
we do the crickets?
Yes. We could talk about these students are getting in some deep shit for releasing crickets into their schools. A senior prank, it seems like. They released hundreds of crickets into a Western Pennsylvania high school as a senior prank. Chartiers Valley School District tells KDKA-TV that the students involved in Thursday's prank at the high school have been identified and will be disciplined.
Bad.
You will be disciplined. The reason this hits home with us is they did that as a part of the senior prank in our high school. And it was just gross. But I don't see any reason for people to be
There's no reason to call the National Guard over this.
No. Let's instead of calling the National Guard, call it a fucking day.
All you're doing is giving the students a fucking piece of macaroni in their cap.
Yeah.
I was like, all it does is make you feel better about what you did.
I've heard so many worse senior pranks. People releasing snakes and rabbits and stuff, like real living things. A couple crickets get stepped on. I'm not really. No. The funniest part is I remember when people at our school released the crickets into the school, and the worst part is that they were living in the walls and stuff, and cricket, cricket, like the next day or whatnot, or
Wow.
the next couple days. So you'd hear them in the walls the next couple days.
I don't remember that. Wow.
Yeah. So that's that. The janitors were really pissed off. I could see the janitors being pissed off. I could see the janitors not being happy with that situation.
I hear you. I hear you.
So we are going to move on to the wheel of viral videos. Let's crank out 2 or 3 of these bad boys for you.
Ugh.
God, you love that sound, huh?
It's gross.
Let's get to it. Biker crashes. It's got to be in there somewhere. Here it is. See what happens here. I feel like bicycle crashes are always great. Oh, there it is. For those podcast listeners, this mountain biker in a race takes a real hard spill. I think he lost an ear. Oof. All right,
Don't act like you're not impressed.
let's give the wheel another spin. Hey, if you are listening on the podcast, we are live 8 p.m. on Tuesdays, zenlive.tv on the internet. These viral videos are available for you if you come and watch the replay in the archives of our show from Tuesday night, May 27th. Polish drifting. This one's fun. Hey, my friends are drifting. I'm videotaping. Hey,
cool, man.
I'm gonna walk out on the track, man. I'm giving him an applause. Yeah, man, you're doing a great job, dude. All right. Oh, shit.
All right.
Yeah, that guy just got hit by his friends drifting on a track because he's an idiot and he walked out on the track. He's definitely alive.
Now, you see, if I had bones made out of marble,
Granite. Yeah.
forget about it.
I think we got time for 1 or 2 more. We're doing the quick ones here, right? We got a few more minutes, Mike? Yeah. All right, we got about 2 minutes. We're going to take 30 seconds at the end for our...
See, that Portuguese condom commercial finally comes up. It's on there for fucking million years.
Kiara's birthday party came up, and we're going to watch this because
Yeah.
this is... Just turn the volume down a little bit, Mike, so we can talk over it.
Hey, Kiara, it's your birthday, and
This
welcome.
is a 15-year-old girl's birthday party, and I don't remember partying this
Ladies and gentlemen, you're 15, you're free, you're alive.
Yep.
You got 60 more trips around the sun, ladies and gentlemen. Get your hands up.
Turn down for what?
Yeah.
They're slapping the bag, if you don't know what that means. That's not grabbing someone's nuts.
Yeah, Kiara, you barely got your first period. Oh.
You're old enough to get pregnant, so get started on it, honey. Teen Mom 3 is cast. Teen Mom 4 is casting.
You don't have to start worrying about your White Plains vapors because of your health yet.
These bitches are slapping the bag, if you know what that means. They bought the wine, the Franzia box of wine, and they just took the bag out, and they're just fucking sucking out of it. They're smoking weed.
We got some cheap wine up in this bitch.
They got their shirts off.
We're blowing some Philly sweets.
They're partying harder than I think I've partied ever.
Seriously, they're rocking.
Fucking chugging all this booze. And then some dude named Tyler is the videographer, and he's getting credit for it.
Turn down for what?
Yeah!
That song fucking...
Oh.
I don't know what it is about that song.
Man.
That song gets you fired the fuck up, man.
That is just like an enormous howitzer of fucking energy.
Oh, my God. Seriously, I could be, like, about to leave, and if you hear... Turn down for what? I'm fucking exploding.
Party time, baby.
I'm dancing it.
Let's make this happen.
All right, like I said before, listen to us live, 8 p.m. zenlive.tv. Our podcast, Broken Filter, live on iTunes. BrokenFilter.net, you can see our archived stuff. You go to zenlive.tv, we got the archived stuff. You can see our episodes all the way back. I'm Joe Rockstar. Tune in next week.
Turn down the what?